USPTO is at it again. They're hiking their fees by a lot in 2025. So if you are on the fence considering whether or not you should file your trademark in the US, now is the time to do it. You still have a few more weeks before the new fees come into effect. And we're going to leave this video on the channel even after. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the new fees, the old fees, and explain what it actually means. My name is Andrei Minkoff. I'm the founder and CEO of Trademark Factory. We've helped thousands of entrepreneurs protect their brands in US and Canada with a 99.3% rate of success. So let's jump right into the issue of the USPTO raising their fees in 2025. All right, so going through their website, we can post the link to the announcement on the official website as well. So they say, yeah, every 2 years we're going to review our fees, and what it means is that we're going to raise our fees. And they say, well, there's a lot of good reasons why we do that. Well, of course. Here's the thing. First of all, the change becomes effective on January 18th, 2025. So I'm recording this video December 1st of 2024. Like I said, you got a few more weeks to be able to file your trademark with the old fees. And after that, the new fees will come into effect on January 18th, 2025. Also, the important thing here to know is that unfortunately, the changes seem to be retroactive, which means that even though you may have filed your trademark a long time ago, if it hasn't gone all the way to registration and some of the fees, additional fees apply, like petition to revive or the filing of the statement of use or things like that, then the new fees will be applicable if you have to pay them after January 18th, 2025. So let's go through the changes. So they basically have four big sections of what is being changed. The application fees. Let's start there. There used to be, and still is as of today, but soon won't be, two types of online trademark application. They call them TS Plus and TS Standard. And we have been recommending our clients to go with TS Standard, that even though it was a little more on the filing front, the risk of having an issue with a trademark's office, the risk of getting an unnecessary office action and still having to pay the difference between the two was too high, and the disadvantages of going with TS Plus were, again, overweighing the extra cost of TS Standard. So all of that is going away, right? So it used to be that TS Standard was $350 per class and TS Plus was $250 per class. So all of that is going away. What they're doing is they're saying we're going to have one base application fee of $350 per class, and there's going to be different fee for WIPO applications when you file your trademark through Madrid, and subsequent designation fee. Again, with WIPO, that's not going to have impact over too many people, but still need to know that, the 500 becomes 600. And then what they're doing is that in addition to the 350 of the base application fee, they're going to get more charges if your application doesn't meet certain criteria that they want you to meet. So there are three reasons that they may want to get more money from you. The first one is insufficient information. They want to get another $100 for you for that. So if your address is incorrect, or if your company status or type is incorrect or questionable, like for example, you're filing a trademark on behalf of a Canadian company and the company type doesn't match, sometimes USPTO comes back to you with a question, like, is it really a corporation, or is it LLC, or is it whatever? And it looks like these same questions now may cost you $100 to respond to. In addition to that, what they're going to do is they're going to charge you $200 per class. Oh, and by the way, this insufficient information is $100, not just by itself, $100 per class. So if you file your trademark for 5 classes and the question relates to the entire application, looks like you'd be paying $100 times 5, which is $500, really out of nowhere for nothing. The $200 fee for using free form text box instead of the pick and choose manual within the filing application. So what it is that they've got a long manual of acceptable names for goods and services for every class, and there's a billion different variations of what they consider acceptable. But sometimes we feel the need to actually have a free form text to explain what our clients' products and services are. And even though the manual is pretty good, it's very useful, sometimes you do need to switch to free-form text, which is why we always wanted to file our clients' trademarks with T's standard rather than T's plus, because sometimes there's a need for that and nobody wants to go back to their client and ask for more money. And so now what they're saying is that if you want to use free text, then it's going to be $200 extra per class. So instead of $350, this suddenly becomes $550, which for most business owners is big enough of a jump to have to think twice as to whether they want to stick to the pre-selected, pre-approved names of goods and services. Also, they want to get an additional $200 per class for every class where you have more than 1,000 characters in description of what you actually do. So sometimes we rarely do that. Well, I would say we'll never do that. But some business owners want to put a very long description of what products and services they want to cover, and especially when there's multiple variations of what they want to close off, and if you're going to do more than 1,000 characters, which really isn't that long, USPTO will now want you to pay an additional $200 per affected class to do that. Now, in real life terms, I would say the vast majority of our clients will probably be able to get away with $350 if they agree that $350 per class, if they agree that their options for what acceptable goods and services are will be limited. But they need to be prepared that there might be an additional charge of $100 per class, and there might be an additional charge of $200 per class if we need to go and expand this to free-form text. Now, so that's with the filing. So this stuff you can avoid by filing with T standard rather than waiting until January. So you might be saving yourself quite a few $100 there. Then, post-registration maintenance fees. So after your trademark gets registered, the good news is that you still won't need to pay any annual maintenance fees. None of that is being introduced. But their fees to renew and maintain your trademark registration active are going up. So they call it Section 9, Section 8, Section 15, Section 71. So Section 9 is the actual renewal fee. Section 8 is when you file the declaration with the USPTO showing evidence that you're still around offering your products and services in the U.S. Under your brand. Section 15 is a declaration of incontestability, which you can file 5 years into the process after your trademark got registered, which means that after you've filed that declaration of incontestability, it means that your trademark becomes incontestable, and it means that nobody can say that you got your registration improperly. And Section 71 declaration is about Madrid registrations. Basically, if you have an international registration, that's what's going to be applicable to you. So renewal fees go up from $300 to $325, just a little bit. Section 8 declaration, oh, and by the way, so it's $300 per class to $325 per class. The Section 8 declaration, when they say, hey, we're still out there, goes up from $225 to $325, an extra $100 per class. And don't forget that in the US, there's this additional maintenance filing that you have to file between the 5th and 6th anniversary of your trademark registration. So that will apply there as well. So you're going to pay an extra $100 there. Section 15 declaration goes up by $50 from $200 to $250 per class. Still a good investment to have in case you may ever find yourself, in a dispute around your trademark. Section 71 also goes up from $225 to $325, and renewal fee with WIPO goes up another $25. So there it is. After that, there's additional fee for petitions and letters of protest. Really, the only one that's often used is the petition to revive an application. It used to be $150, now it becomes $250. So if for whatever reason you didn't respond timely to an office action or some other request from the trademarks office, you can use what's called a petition to revive, where you pay a little bit of money and ask them, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to miss this deadline. I'm still very much interested in getting this brand trademarked. Please revive the process. So it used to be $150, now it becomes $250. So inflation in the works. The other one, petition to director and letter of protest, they're going up as well, but these are very rarely used. Now, and finally, intent to use fees. This is, so they're like, hey, we haven't adjusted our amendment to alleged use or statement of use fees, almost like apologizing. They haven't done this since 2002, and we want more money. Basically, it used to be $100 per class to allege use, and now it's going to be $150 per class. So on the one hand, it's just an extra $50. On the other hand, it's 50% hike. So there you have it. And like I said, looks like the fee increase is retroactive. So if you file your trademark in 2024 or 2023 and it's still ongoing and you got your trademark allowed and now you need to file your statement of use saying, now we're finally ready to get that registration, this is going to cost you not $100 per class like you used to, but $150 per class starting January 18th of 2025. So if you have your trademark allowed and you're still waiting to file that statement of use, maybe you want to find your evidence of use. I'm not saying fabricate. I want to be very clear on this. If you don't have use, you don't have use. But if you do have use, you'd be much better off filing that statement of use before January 18th, 2025 than after. You're just going to save yourself a little bit of money. So that's it for the drastic hike of the USPTO fees on the trademarking front. They're raising their fees to file your trademark. They're raising their fees for you to register your trademark. They're raising their fees for you to renew your trademark. So basically, they're raising the fees for the entire trademarking process, making it even harder for small business owners to get their brands protected. But hey, you do what you need to do. And in the end of the day, if your business becomes successful, if your brand becomes valuable, it only can become valuable if you own it. And no matter what the fees are, filing your brand as a trademark, getting it registered as a trademark, it's probably going to be the most high return investment you'll ever make in your business. It's almost like crypto, right? Because you're protecting something that has little value and something that may end up being valued in millions and millions and millions of dollars, just because it's your brand that you've made known to a lot of people. They love your brand, they love your products, they love your services, and because you own it, that ownership gives you a great valuation. So whether it's an extra $100 here or there with the government fees, don't let that stop you from protecting your brand. But if you can get the process started a little sooner before the price hike, I strongly recommend that you do that. And Trademark Factory will be happy to help you. Just go to trademarkfactory.com and get on a call with one of our strategy advisors who will help you figure out what to start with, what to do, and how to make this whole thing happen. And if you like this video, please like this video. If you have any questions or any comments, please post a comment. And of course, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Makes me feel really good knowing that the videos that I post are finding their audience, and it also helps me grow the channel. So please subscribe, please like this video, please comment, and until then, I will see you in the next video.